Are you sitting comfortably? Now I'll begin. Maisie went crazy out in Saint-Tropez and got sunburnt whilst wearing her thong. And when calamine cream started to steam, she knew something was terribly wrong. The waiter, he bought her 10 pints of cold water. He thought she was drinking a lot. And despite a quick look in her trusty phrase book, no translation for "I've toasted me bot." When Maisie got home, she was right on the phone. A doctor must really be sought. The swelling subsided, but the redness increased, and poor Maisie was quite overwrought. Well, the doctor he hummed and the doctor he hawed. His diagnosis struck poor Maisie dumb. He said one day the red might fade away, but for now she had Saint-Tropez rosacea bum. He said there wasn't much more he could say. The condition was rare in these climes. He asked for a photo to put in the Lancet, but Maisie, now fully dressed, had declined. Well, back in Blackawton, where poor Maisie lived, there was equal parts condolence and teasing, and some said, look on the bright side, if you was a baboon, your bum would be aesthetically pleasing. Well, the days they did come and the days they did go. There was sun, hail, frost and sunshine, and the redness showed no sign of decreasing, so Maisie sat down now most of the time. For her bum like a beacon shone through her clothes, through cotton or satin or silk. It was most disconcerting to have a red bum which at one time had been whiter than milk. But there is a day, as I am to tell, when Maisie come into her own. It was down at the WI meeting, and it was just about time to go home. There was an awful bang, a crash and a clang, just as the meeting had ended. A thunderbolt in Dartmouth knocked out the transformer, and a terrible darkness descended. My word, what a do, what a hullabaloo, and no one could see nothing at all, and the whole of the village for warmth and companionship crammed themselves into the hall. But when Maisie arrived, what a joy, what a welcome! She lit up the whole of the place, for the warmth of her rear brought comfort and cheer. There was a warm glow on everyone's face. Well, some lit their pipes, some toasted crumpets, and some just admired the view. And Maisie was happy to help where she could. After all, 'twas the least she could do. Now I'm happy to say Maisie's bum is okay, and it finally regained natural colour. And the Saint-Tropez rosacea faded away, and the whole of her atmosphere's cooler. But down Blackawton way in Devon today, there's a statue to Maisie's good deed. It stands in the square, it looks so good there, and everyone stops and takes heed. And the statue is smooth, not with weather nor time, but by all the old men as they pass, for they cannot resist touching Maisie's behind, and they say, oh, that's a nice piece of brass.